Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jan, also known as ABI Designs on the web, Twitter, Ravelry. I am known as ABI Designs. Thank you for joining me. This is the Life Live Creatively podcast, and welcome new viewers, and thank you for joining me today. And thank you to all returning viewers. I really do appreciate you joining me. As I say, this is kind of my knit club, knit group. Don't really know. I have a fairly local yarn shop. I just don't go there. So not for anything wrong with it. This is kind of with having a little one, I don't quite have the opportunity to go to the shop other than to purchase yarn when I need it. So thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Being that there are so many wonderful podcasts out there. As many of you know, you can probably see my past periscopes. I haven't done a periscope in a long time. My past podcasts, and realized that there was kind of a break there for a while. But I am getting back into my routine, trying to get this once a week. I was trying every Tuesday. It kind of varies. As I said before, we had a family member who had some surgery, so kind of messed with schedules a little bit, which I'm perfectly fine with. I mean, surgery was important, but it did just kind of adjust things. So now we're getting back into the routine. Everything went well with the surgery, so we're kind of getting back into a normal routine. So I should be able to start doing them on Tuesdays again. But that was kind of a tangent a little bit. But again, thank you for joining me. You can kind of see I'm in a different location. I'm kind of playing around with locations a little bit. Normally, I like to do it in my podcast in my office. But the lighting, I just can't get it quite right. So I have decided to try it. This is actually kind of my entry dining room, living room area. The lighting is great in here, so I really do like it. So this might be my more normal location, except you could probably hear. I have a bird just behind me. You can't see her. I can't tilt it that way. So hopefully she doesn't get too loud. If anybody watches the Pin, Feather, and Pearls podcast, she has a bird named Yoshi. And that is the same bird that I have. Her name is Sweepy. And she's, I guess, not in bird years is too old, but she is 15. So she is, I have had her since before I got married. Obviously before I had my son. So she was my first baby. And so she hangs out with us in the living area, and every so often you'll hear her, she talks. So you might hear her tell me to stop talking. She'll say stop. Sometimes she gives kisses. She does other things. I'll try maybe at some point put her in the podcast, but we'll see. She is even more opinionated than Sweet Yoshi on Pin, Feathers, and Pearls. Pin, Feathers, and Pearls, I believe is how it is. Anyway, so that last podcast of hers, I laughed because she was complaining about Yoshi talking so much, and I'm going, yeah, that's my bird. That's my bird. So Sweepy might make an appearance at some point, but not today. She's kind of curled up. This is usually her nap time, so she's kind of curled up on her cage. And it's probably why she's not happy that I'm talking. So yeah, so I'm going, like I said, I like the lighting in here, so I may try to, if everything goes right, just keep my podcast in here. So let's get into, because this is a knitting and creative life podcast. I talk about knitting, of course, stitching, sewing if I get to it, other little creative aspects of my life, mostly knitting because that is what I do, both for fun and for my profession. I am a tech editor, and I have done some designs which I'm going to start doing and putting up on Ravelry. Yeah. So let's get into knitting. I have only one finished object today, and I have many works in progress. As you see, I'm knitting in the process. I'm actually binding off. And I will show you what I am making. I think I'll start out with what works in progress. Kind of what I'm working on. Let me grab my scissors real quick. Oh, and I should also mention, I'm going to start adding a text section. Many times I am, sorry, I'm bumping my cart again. I am very much a pen, paper, notebook type person in many ways. I like not having to stop my knitting because my battery died. But, so I kind of go back and forth between both depending on what I'm doing. So, but I am going to have a bit of a tech section when I have something new to show people who maybe like that tech aspect of things. So, I'm going to put my needles down right here for now. And let's see, like I said, I'm going to start out with works in progress. I'm going to show you, this is a free pattern. I actually found it on Ravelry, but it linked to Women's Day. And I have a cousin. She has a little girl who just turned 1, and I'm going to her get-together first birthday party this weekend. Kind of a last minute, oh, I'm going to do this for her project. So, first work in progress, and it's getting close to being done. It might actually be done today. First thing I'm making, and I'm actually also doing this, you can see the little elephant. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. This is the knitted toy elephant. Like I said, it's in Women's Day. I'm doing this for her, and adorable animal for your favorite little one. And they are quite the fans of elephants. So, that is the little elephant I am making. And I've gotten a lot of it done. I'm not putting the tusks on. I didn't want to. So I'm not going to put the tusks in. Tusks in. But that's the pattern I'm working on. But I'm also doing this for the Legacy Knits with Sue and Chelsea, the knit along that they're doing, the stuffy along, which ends at the end of this month. Excuse me. I get a drink. What am I drinking? I am drinking. This is a Michigan thing. Yes, I am in Michigan. And this is totally a Michigan thing. And this is how you can tell you're a Michigan person. I am drinking what normally people call just ginger ale. Just because I was in the mood for it. I don't drink soda very often. But I decided I was in the mood for some ginger ale. So, but this is Vernors. And it's funny when we go places because we don't even think about it when we go out of state. My husband and I, a couple years ago, had gone to Florida, sorry, on a little story here, but went to Florida, Disney, and we were at a restaurant, and my husband looked at the waiter and said, by any chance, do you have any Vernors? And he wasn't thinking of it, he was thinking ginger ale, it's just the term we use. He says, do you have any Vernors? And the guy looked at him and he goes, you're from Michigan, aren't you? So that's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Vernors. Sorry, off on a little story, but it's just kind of funny. So back to what I'm knitting. My little elephant. This is a pattern by Sarah Keene. Now she does have a book that this was originally from, and it was called, I think it might be in the back, but it's like a Knitted Wild Animals. Yeah, it has it in the back. It's called Knitted Wild Animals. and by Sarah Keene. And he's a really cute little elephant. Let me see if I can find, I think there was another picture in here of him or her. But like I said, I'm doing this also for the Legacy Knits Stuffy Along. I know last week I think I mentioned I was doing a turtle for my son. I'm gonna finish it. The yarn is not making me happy, but I'll show you. I think I have that here so I can show it to you later. But there's the little guy. Isn't he so cute? So that's what I am making, and I'm working on that. I'm using size 3s, my 3 needles. These are my Haya Bamboo 3.25 millimeter US 3s nails. Oh, sorry, I gotta redo my nails. Anyway, size 3 wood or bamboo knitting needles. And that's what I'm using. I like these. I don't know what it is. There's like a kink that just drives me nuts right there. But I like the cords. I love working with the bamboo. It's great. I have no overall complaints. I don't know. It was in the package that way with that kink, and that just drives me nuts sometimes because I see it there. But anyway, so I'll kind of show you what I'm doing or how far I've gotten. I got just one of my little bags. Everything is in pieces, which I don't like just doing pieces. So everything is in pieces, but I'll kind of give you an idea. So I'm pulling out all my 10 million pieces, what I'm doing. So I think like this is like the body piece. This is, I think, one side. That's the other side of the body. There's a little arm, front leg, upper leg. There's the other one. Now, this is my own, as you've seen the pattern, this is my own adjustment to the pattern. Like I said, I'm not doing tusks because I did not want tusks. But I did want to do this with the legs because I think, shoot, hold on. I think my cat's in my son's room. Okay, yes she was. So hopefully, I didn't look, but hopefully she didn't wake him up because he is napping, and this is when I get to fit my podcast in. So, back to what I was saying. What? She's sitting over here looking at me now. Anyway, so this is, like I said, my own adjustment, and I don't know where my other one went. I got up to go get her, and I don't know where my other little leg went. Anyway, that's right, this one works. So what I did is how the feet, normally he's all gray. As you can see, he's just all gray. So what I decided, being quite into socks lately, I decided this little elephant needed socks. And that is his little foot. So he's got, it's a she. She's got a sock to there. Some yarn I had, and I'm like, those would be so cute. So, stitched in to make it look like she's wearing socks, because this is, I believe, cinched. I have to look at how they actually put it together, but then this goes this in a round, like that, so this is the end. Kind of see it, so it's that way, like that's the end of the foot. But, so she will have little socks. And this attaches to the body. So, like I said, I'm not sure. I have to relook at how it's all put together because I'm not exactly sure. But this was just, I don't even remember what it was called. I had this yarn. I think I bought it for one of my nieces for something I wanted to make them. I think I made mittens or something. So it was just what I had left. I have the ball. back here. I had it in the bag, and I had all this left over, and I still have a ton left over. So I thought it was perfect. I actually think I also made the little, my cousin's little girl a pair of little baby booties with it too. So yeah, so that's the little foot sock. And I have, like I said, I'm not going to have fun putting all these pieces together and stuffing it. But I have to say, the one thing I do like, because it's all in pieces, is I'm sitting here and I'm just cranking it out. It's like, piece done, throw it in my bag. Piece done, throw it in the bag. Piece done, throw it in the bag. So I started this Sunday, I think. I came up with this, oh, I should make her something. Because I was kind of going through, what do I get her? I don't know. You know, they don't have, right now they're in a temporary space, apartment, while they're looking for a place, because they made a big move. And so it's like, I don't want to get, obviously, something big, something sticking up a whole lot of space. But my son loves his stuffy that I made him. I made him a Bakery Bears gelato giraffe, and he's named him Mile. I made him a couple years ago for him. He sleeps with him all the time. He named him Mile. I should probably sit more in the center. Sorry about that. He named him Mile. Give you a little background on that, because when he was really little, he was just starting to get word. You know, just starting to really talk, say actual words. I was stitching on the last part with the giraffe smile mouth, and he was kind of toddling around, and he came up to me and goes, oh, and I said, this is your giraffe. And he looked and goes, oh, Mile, and just his eyes lit up, and he loved as soon as I put the smile on him. So his name is Mile, because he couldn't say the S at the time, so it's Mile. So anyway, that's the little background on it. So ooh, I just realized how much yarn I don't have. That's all I have left. Here's my other foot. Oh, sorry. Ooh, that's not good. That's all I got left. I'll have to think about that one. Anyway, that was a yarn. I don't even know offhand what this one was. I bought it at my local yarn shop. And then what I wanted to do, because I knew I didn't have a whole lot left, is I was going to do an inside ear and inside ear out of this. And yeah, so all I have is like the outside ears, the outside of the ears, because the inside ears I'm going to do one in each color, and this is a Debbie Bliss Baby Cashmerino is what I'm going to do, because I had picked this up again for another pattern that I didn't end up doing. So that's going to be the inside ears, but then I need some more of this. I'll have to think about that, because that's what I have left to do. Oh, now my nose itches. So that's how I am adjusting the pattern. But again, I don't know if you can tell. It's got you can see the sparkle in it. Yeah, you can see it. There's a little bit of sparkle in it. But I don't remember what this was. I had thought of using this for the little socks. This yarn. Because I had purchased this for something else, and again, I haven't made it. But you can kind of see all the colors in it. And this one was a Premier Yarns lace Lilac Dream yarn. And I think it's mostly acrylic. Yeah, it's acrylic. Metallic yarn. And that was the other thing. I wanted to keep it to a yarn that I knew she could, wash. As being with a little one, she would need to wash it. So that's the one thing that I'm working on. What else? Oops, my scarf is coming off. I didn't even realize it. As it's sliding down. There we go. shawl. What else am I working on? I am working on, I'm just looking here, I have my stuff under here. I have been working on, sorry if this bounces everything, my Tricele shawl, which is my Jolie Creates shawl. It is a to purchase pattern. And I am working on hers, and you could, now that I think last time I had it in the black and white, so now you can see it's in the color. And I think she did like a cream, ecru brown colors. So, but what I did, and I'll show you how far I've gotten on it, I'm actually using Knit Picks yarn, and I'm using a size 8, 5 millimeter circular my interchangeables, so you can kind of see. My numbers have long since worn off on here. That's the only thing I don't like is they wear off. But I'm using my interchangeables. I'm on the border, so you can see the shawl. Oops, I have it upside down. Anyway, there's the shawl. So that's the body, is the striping pattern, and I used a gray. You can kind of see a gray and a cream. And then what I decided, you can see my edging. You can't, I don't know if you can really see the design. I think you can. But it'll be more noticeable once I block it because I am using such a soft yarn. But I did this pop of purple. It almost looks blue on the screen. It is, I can't tell if I can show off it, and it's really funny because I did notice this last time, is it shows up blue. It is actually a really deep, that's blue. You can't really tell. No. I'm trying to find something to show off how purple it really is. Does that still look blue? Yeah. Anyway, it's really, really deep purple. It is a Knit Picks. I had a pattern I was working on. I had purchased a couple different yarns for it and kind of doing that. I don't know which one I'm going to use. So that's why I ended up with this one. But then it works really great because it's so squishy. This is so nice and soft and squishy. So I'm working on, it's the edge, the border that goes up. You work it all the way up and down, all the way around. So I still have quite a ways to go on that. The Knit Picks yarn, I can't remember which one it is, and I noticed I didn't have any more of my labels in here. I think when I was doing my cleaning out of my bags, kind of reorganizing them a little bit, I think I took them out, and I just have this in a little drawstring bag. Nobody's bag in particular, I think, knowing me, is probably a Clinique makeup bag or something. But it had the great drawstring. It holds it perfectly. So it worked out well. So I'm working on that. Again, that's the Tricele by Jolie Creates. So it's quite large. It's quite large shawl. So I'm looking forward to that because that'll be nice. I think it'll be a nice, especially for summer. It'll be a nice setting outside, just slightly cool, and I can drape it over me. I get pretty cold, so. Oops, I gotta put my pattern back in here. I always put my printouts in the bags with my work. So that's that one. What else have I been working on? That one is kind of the main one I've been working on. What else? What else? I had to tell you anything with my socks. I've only barely made a dent in that one, and I was doing a 2 at a time wool-free. I'll show you one. I had actually, this is so sad. I started these last summer. It's a wool-free sock stripe. Acrylic, mostly because it was so super, super soft. I actually, I had this finished, so you can kind of see this one's all wavy. This was a sock. I had it done. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it looked. I just didn't like it. So I took it apart and I started them over. And this time I did 2 at a time. So you can see they don't match. I'm okay with that. Things don't have to be matchy-matchy. I mean, you have to think about it this way. I am the girl who in school was the one who would purposely put like 1 pink sock on and 1 green sock on. Or, and they would be like bright colors. Or I would have, just purposely make the mismatch. So to me, to have the matchy-matchy doesn't faze me. Don't tell me to stop. You're fine. Anyway. Oh, now you're going to give me kisses. Anyway, these are my Knit Picks size 1. I don't know if they have it written on here. I think this is my size 1s. Huh, I just realized they don't have it written anywhere on here. These are new. I purchased these fairly recently. I have the package and everything in my needle case. My needle case is in the other room, my office. But I believe they're size 1 Knit Picks needles. And then I just got my little stitch markers. Got my little, you can see my little turtle. Oh, I really should have painted my nails before this. I don't get to paint my nails very often. My turtle and a little flower. And those are my my stitch markers that I make. Or progress keepers, as Sue says from Legacy Knits. It sounds so much better. She's right. But again, that's as far as I've gotten. As far as I've gotten. Sorry, that looked kind of funny when I was doing it the other way. But I won't go into that. Oops. And sorry about that. My phone was ringing. I should put it on silent. I'll show you later, but I actually got a new phone and I haven't quite figured out how to silence it. I'm sure I'd probably just turn it down. Let me just see. Maybe. Sorry. I don't know how to silence it, so I'll just leave it. I think I turned it all the way down, but we'll see. So yeah, so it's in little matchy bag. I like the colors, that's why I keep it in there. And these were just tags I was playing with. I made those. I put it on here. It's really big, but again, it just says socks and Jan, just in case somebody wanted to know what was in there. What else? I have a lot of works in progress. I said this last time. Just trying to kind of make it through it. I guess I'll show you this one because last time I shouldn't say this, not purposely, but I kind of teased you with it. These are the socks for my husband. And this is my first top-down socks. This is the Rye sock pattern from Tin Can Knits. So you can see there's like a row in the middle. You can kind of see for the design. I've gone past the heel. There's the heel. Working on the toe, but I haven't really made it too much of a dent in it. I haven't really worked on it in a while. I'm using, these are size, oh wow, it's really hard to read, 3.75, does it say 5s? Might say 5s. So it uses really big needles. It uses, again, this is a yarn that I happen to have. It was, or no, I'm sorry, I did purchase this one. It was a dark blue my son picked out, just from Hobby Lobby. I think it was I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. I did that because I've never made socks for my husband. I don't know that he'll wear them that much, so this is kind of my test run to see if he wears them. I shouldn't say actually wears them. I'm sure he'll wear them. I just don't know that he'll like them as much as I'm hoping he will. So yeah. So those I'm just keeping in this little bag. Again, little tag that I made. Just says apple of my eye. And my husband's a teacher, just in case you were wondering. And then it's got the little progress keeper right there. Little rose just because I like it. And yeah, so I'm working on that one again. That was from Tin Can Knits. And that's their rye pattern. I believe it's a free pattern. So I'm working on that one. What else? I have a lot. Oh, I also know for Legacy Knits, to Stuffy Along, I said I was working on my son's turtle. I have not touched it. And I've said this before, I just don't like the yarn. I love the color. I'm just not a fan of the yarn. See if I can show it to you. If I can grab it without shaking everything. That might not happen. Here. Oh, maybe. There. This is the yarn. I just put it in this bag just to keep it out of the way. There's the yarn. See, it's gorgeous yarn. This was his shell. It's Plymouth Yarns. This I'm using Encore and just Encore and Color Spun is what they are. Color Spun and Encore. Let's see if I can get it out. Let's see. Maybe. Sorry. Real close up. Super close up. Okay. So again, this is as far as I haven't really touched it since working on it. So I'll kind of, it's just the way I'm doing it, but this is his shell. I'll turn it this way. See if I can do it this way. It works better. So there's his shell. I love the color, and I know he'll like it. He always asks me, like, Mommy Turtle? Mommy Turtle? And I'm like, yes, I'm working on your turtle. Promise. I'll work on your turtle. So I haven't put a little turtle on there. But I don't like the yarn. That's what it is. I really don't like this yarn. I like it probably, like I said before, I like how well it'll work sturdy-wise for him. I don't like how it's just not easy to work. It's kind of stiff. I don't know. And then I'm actually using my Haya US 3s 3.25 metal. I love the cords. I love the the smoothness. That's why I used this on this project, because I thought, you know what, that'll help for me to really get into making this. I will make it for him because he'll love it. Sorry, putting it back in this bag. I'll make it for him because he'll love it, and he asked for it. Other than that, I'm not using that yarn again. I'm not using that yarn again. That's kind of the gist of it. I'm not using that yarn again. So that's, I think it, I mean, I have other things, but I think I'm not going to go into all of my works in progress. I could be here for days. I really could. I could be here for days. So next, what's off my nails? What have I finished? What's my FO? My FO is what I'm wearing. I will show it to you. This is my own design. I have been working on it. I have it in testing right now. And I have more yarn on its way to me. I'm actually going to make another one. But this is my shawl. Sorry, I'm kind of stretching it. This is the shawl I made. can kind of see aren't the colors. If I back up maybe a little bit, there you're starting to see the colors a little bit better. And then it just has this leaf pattern design centered, and that's why I did my design this way, works this way, because I wanted to see the leaf. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it. And it's a nice, you can do a wrap. It's a small enough size. I'm kind of in that smaller size mentality right now. But what I actually do is I kind of bring up the collar a little, almost like a collar, and kind of do this with it. So you could do that, because then it looks like a nice, like you have a kind of a collar on it, or you could still wear it the other way. And what's nice, I think it's kind of neat, is how the back turns out. I don't know if you can see it. It has kind of a wave almost in the back, so even if you had it the other way, still it looks good both ways. But it's I loved the yarn that I used. I think I'm also going to do it, oops, kind of move that down a little bit. There we go. But I will be having that put up very soon for purchase once I have my test knitting done. So I was really happy. As I kind of mentioned before, I've done patterns before, but the patterns I've done are by request of yarn companies, yarn shops, local yarn shops. So it would be, oh, we really want to show off this yarn. What ideas do you have of a design that we could use? And so I would come up with a design, I would make it, they would show it off in their shop. And that's been a while. The shop that I was doing that for actually is no longer in business, unfortunately, and I've moved from that city since then. So I'm getting back into doing this again, and doing some tech editing, things like that. So this is one of my designs. I have goals to do more designs later throughout the year. So keep an eye out for that. But that's all I have off my needles. I'm almost done with that elephant. I might run out of yarn. Oh. I'll have to see. That makes me mad. Anyway, what else? So, if anybody else, I'm sure everybody does. Sorry, I want to get another drink. Watches the Legacy Knits podcast. Sue has started doing, or going back into doing her cross stitch. I did cross stitch a long time ago. Haven't done it in a while. Around the podcast Around the Twist, Karen from Around the Twist, she's been doing cross stitch. And a while back, it was like, you know what? I want to get back into doing that. I want to get back into doing that. So between the two of them, sorry, there's a car flying. Don't know if you heard that, but it was like flying down my street. That was really loud. Anyway, sorry. So between the two of them, I started this first by seeing from Around the Twist, seeing her do it. And I think I showed this off last week, but I'm joining the revolution, as Sue calls it, and I am doing cross stitch. I have not really touched this in a while. Again, it is hard with a little one running around to pull this out. I mean, I have the full setup from when I used to do this prior to him. You know, I have the stand that it clips onto, so it's raised up, and I can adjust it, and I can do my cross stitch. And then I have this great little bag to hold it all in, and I got my little pumpkin and sheep needle holder, and you know, I have everything I need as far as to do it. I just need to do it. And the more and more I see Sue working on it, the more and more I want to continue working on it. So my patterns that I'm working on are for a frosted pumpkin stitchery. And the needle minders from the Needle Runs Through It that she makes. It's the little package for that. So I can put that back in there. And then the pattern I'm doing. Get off there. Okay. Pattern I'm doing, and I showed this before, is this one. It's going to take me a while. Like I said, I haven't really taken it out. The more and more I see Sue do it, I keep carrying this bag around with me. Just for the fact of, it's like, I want to do it. I want to take it out when he's napping. But when he's napping, it's like golden time when my son naps. Luckily, he still takes an hour and a half nap, goes down pretty easily. Sometimes if he's really tired, I had a busy week, whichever, it could be up to 3-hour naps. Please. So I could get a lot done, but it's also golden time for my work, house things, prepping different things, finishing knitting. So, yeah. So that's my stitching that I've done. I haven't done any sewing. Just haven't got around to doing any sewing. And, yeah, just a lot of work. A lot of, doing other things. Family type things. And I think that's really about it as far as that, as far as my crafting stuff is. Now, I did say I was going to add a, a tech portion. And this is, and I can explain a bit about my tech portion. Basically, with knitting, I go back and forth. Sometimes I like my tech things. I take out my tablet or computer or phone and like to pull up my patterns and work on them that way. Depending on your program, you can make notes and things. That's nice. Again, though, like as I said earlier, I don't like tech because the battery dies. It goes back and forth. You don't have to worry about lighting per se because it's lit. But again, the other side is the batteries issues. So anyway, I go back and forth. So my tech for today, and I'm still getting used to this, is I have, but it recently had seen better days, is I had a Samsung Note, Galaxy Note 4. Loved it, especially for what I do, for my sketching, for note-taking, for marking on tech editing. Loved it. But I'd also loved that it would take pictures. I had a little incident, and a tech person at the phone place decided I knew better than to hit a certain button. I told him I wasn't going to hit that button because it would mess up my phone. He hit the button, and he messed up my phone. Yeah, needless to say, I was not real happy. So, anyway, over the weekend, I talked to somebody at our service provider, and they set me up. I have a new phone now. This is the Note 5, so it's this newer version. It's really nice. It's good size, so you can see it. Now, the reason I say it's great for knitters, designers, anybody who works from home, really. As much as I love my iPhones, I've had them. This is why I like this. It has the pen. See a little. There's your little pen. As soon as you take the pen out, the screen shows up. Even if your phone's locked, you don't have to go into your programming. This screen shows up. And you can write right on the screen. So if I'm doing kind of show you. If I'm doing, oh, I'm going to do a shawl, and it's going to go across this way, and down this way, and that way, and, you know, whatever. I'm just playing around. But you can draw right on the screen, and then you can just erase it. I think that's great. Even just for notes, just regular notes. And then what you do is you save it. You hit save, and it's there. My space, I guess you could say, is limited. I only can carry so much stuff along with baby stuff. Toddler stuff. He's not a baby anymore. He's a toddler now. But you still get the idea. I have my bag, purse, whatever is prime real estate for knitting and my books and, you know, my schedules and one other thing. So to be able to do a lot of what a tablet does on my phone and just take this is great. To have it where I don't have to sign in and to make my notes, it's great. So that is my tech section of today. Is Samsung Galaxy Note 4 or 5. Like I said, they're basically the same. There's a few differences, but darn, all that yarn, sorry. There's a few differences, but like I said, I love iPhones, but the visual, hands-on person I am, and I like to sketch, and I like to draw, and I like to be able to do that, this works great. This works really great. So I highly suggest this. And yeah, there's other programs in here that I use, and I think I'll save that for another time. I could put a whole thing about my tech portion. Yeah, so I think that's where I'm gonna end it. I think that's everything I have, everything I'm doing, well, pretty much. Everything I'm currently working on. Though I watch Periscopes with Sue, and I keep telling her she's getting me in trouble. She keeps wanting me to add more. And then her podcasts of what her and Chelsea are working on, I keep wanting to add one more thing, one more thing, one more thing. I even took out yarn. I think Chelsea says she was working on a sweater. I even pulled my yarn out. I was going to get my needles out. I'm like, I am casting this thing on. My needles are being used in the size I need. I'm going, okay. All right. That's my cue of just wait. Just hold off. Your yarn's sitting there waiting for you. It's not going anywhere. Just wait. So I'm waiting. We'll see how long that lasts. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's where I'm going to end it. I do really appreciate you joining me. Thank you for the few little comments from the gallery over here. She keeps having to make herself known. But thank you again for joining me. I'm going to get back to my knitting, my other work, while I still have the opportunity while my son is sleeping. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you live your life creatively. I love to hear from you. Please leave comments or join me in my Ravelry group at Life Live Creatively. And yeah, please join. I probably will be starting to do some contests soon. As I was just starting my podcast, I really hadn't done any contests, but I think I'm going to start doing that probably pretty soon. But I'd love to just talk to people, get to know my viewers. So please head over there and join me. Join my group, introduce yourself. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, have a great weekend. Everybody stay safe, do what you love, and I will see you again next week. Cheers, everybody.